Marvel desperately needs Deadpool and Wolverine to be a huge success, so here's all the reasons that it will flop or succeed. The first reason to believe the movie will succeed is just the history of Deadpool movies at the box office. Because they both made over $780 million at the box office, and now it's been 6 years since Deadpool 2, this could get a big boost with people that have been waiting for it. And plus you're adding in Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, who yes, his first two movies didn't do too well, but Logan did make $600 million. Now a reason to believe this movie might underperform is that simply the MCU has lost the trust of the general audience. Like the Marvels just put up the lowest MCU box office of all time, so we know now that the brand is not enough to carry these films. And even Guardians Volume 3 that was widely beloved by everybody that saw it only crossed $845 million. Now that's obviously still a successful movie. This can't cross $1 billion. I really don't know if the R-rated Deadpool will be able to cross that mark either. Let's get back to some positives, because another huge point in favor of the movie doing well is that this is the only MCU movie releasing this year. So even the people that are tired of the MCU might go out and see this anyways, just because there's not like 10 of them coming out this year. It's also going to benefit from the lack of other superhero movies, like the only DC film is Joker 2 that comes out a few months after this, and then Kraven the Hunter. Another reason to believe this movie will be a huge success is that it's coming out in July, and we know the summer months are already huge, but there's also not a lot of big films coming out immediately around it. Its biggest competition in July is Despicable Me 4 that comes out almost 20 days before, and a totally different target demographic since this is more for kids and Deadpool and Wolverine is R-rated. Twisters comes out like a week before Deadpool and Wolverine, but this is not going to take away from its box office. And then there's nothing for like another 2 weeks after that until Borderlands, so this could be absolutely massive just because of the lack of other movies. Another thing that might make this movie underperform a bit is there's been rumors of like 30 different characters and cameos happening in this film. As us comic book fans are going to eat up this slot, but the general audience, this is just going to be way too self-referential, I feel like, to a bunch of X-Men movies that a lot of them have probably never even seen. We also just have to hope that this many cameos doesn't take away from the quality of the film, because if it's a bad movie, then it's just dead on arrival. Another major point for the movie being a success, though, is that even though with all the MCU fatigue problems I mentioned, this being the first R-rated MCU film is going to be huge for it. Because while everybody's been sick of the childish humor and things like She-Hulk, Thor Love and Thunder, and Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, things like The Boys with R-rated humor and Invincible with really violent scenes have been really picking up in popularity, so that's going to give this movie a boost, because that's what audiences want now.